problem with people talking in favor of the government. There are many things. You cannot say we cannot have a national conversation about SHA, and every time I go to the village and you ask people whether they have registered, there are still people with no information. So every conversation is very important. And if somebody will go talk about the government on the good things, or maybe the things that the government has done and people are not aware, it is also good. We know the Kenyan government is not for specific people. It's meant to serve every Kenyan. So if you have an opportunity to maybe explain and maybe tell the Kenyans where the government is and what they have done, it is still okay. It is not bad to talk about the government, because that is the government that is supposed to serve them, so that you also open an opportunity for people to question from an informed point of view. Because what I've seen, what is happening currently, is that there's a lot of information out there that is not true information. And sometimes this information is treated as the truth. So it's not bad to talk about the government. But we are saying, we are moving it, there is so much, Joe, unless you don't live in this country, you see, because you already have your own biasness and you want to incite. But once you incite Kenyans,
at how many people have been killed. I'm looking at how many people have been killed.
There are many.
What will I talk about?
There are many good things that this government has done.
Like what?
The time it came to power. What you have just mentioned, SHA, is actually one of the things that he has done. Yeah. But let me don't take on to my time.
Yeah.
So there are both good and bad things, and we can talk about them on another day. I think the issue of the cost of energy, and Honorable Akuya have handled, is a matter that we need to address, and the issue about the pending bills and all those. And you know, Honorable Gakuya had a very nice position as a chair of trade. I don't know when he was a chair, how many things he brought to Parliament, because he was holding a very important position where our traders would have gotten a lot of, insight and advice from him.
We have made a lot.
All I'm saying,
the reports are already in the front,
which is good. All I'm saying is this: we have a judiciary. Let them also have their own way that they can be able to interact with young people. They know how the judiciary work. The police, different departments, we have different parastatals. And that's why I say we are not going to say that there's only one formula of doing it. Let every Kenyan, if you are professional, for instance, in our county, Murang'a, we have many business people who have made it well, who have made it in business. They started from Murang'a as a very, very small community with having some unions, and they came up even with banks like Equity Bank. So are they able to share that knowledge on how they were able to move without maybe even help from anyone to these young people? What I'm saying, everybody has a role to rescue this nation. It's unfortunate that when the founding fathers, their inspiration was to fight three things, which was poverty, disease, and ignorance. And that is umaskini, ugonjwa, na ujinga. Those are the same things that are disturbing us even today. And we need to have a conversation about how to end poverty, the diseases, and how to end ignorance in this country. There's a bill that Honorable Roko, the current CS, had started on picketing, and that is a bill that it will be coming back. We had a discussion last week on Thursday, and a lot of members, you said nothing came out of that discussion, but this bill was also mentioned, and it will come back where we can have designated places for picketing so that we also protect our business people. Our MPs, every constituency is supposed to have ICT hub. I wish you can now be asking, how do we equip, how do we have Wi-Fi, and then we can have these ICT hubs where our young people can be able to go, because there's a lot of work that they can do. There's coding. There's a lot of work that they can be able to do online and earn good and decent money. So that is one of the things that we can be able to have the conversation with. It's unfortunate we have like the former Chief Justice Maraga, and I saw him on the streets. Someone like Kalonzo Musyoka, who has been a former deputy president. I would urge them, as per their position and the expertise they have even in law. I would want to see Chief Justice Maraga sitting instead of going for maandamano. Explain to the young people, this is what the law says, and this is what you should do. This is how you can take, you can take your grievances. This is how we can be able to address matter. Instead of going to incite them more, let him share the knowledge he has. He's already on a package that is as a former Chief Justice. Could we have his expertise seen more helping and educating these young people? Finally, I would tell young people, stop being used. You have the power, you stand on your own feet, and do not allow anyone, because as my colleague here also said, when they go to jail, I even see people who are going just to be seen in the courts that they have gone to represent them, but they are doing it for the camera. And after that, they leave these young people in jail with nobody even paying for their bonds. This, what I was saying, I saw it last night, and I thought it's written by somebody called Charles Wahongo Owino, who said, and allow me to read, The collapse of police is not a victory for the people. I don't know who this person is. I just saw it and I said...
The former police spokesperson.
Then he said, this is the beginning of nightmare dressed in false freedom. Let's not be fooled. When the last whistle stops blowing and the sirens go silent, it is not peace that arrives, it is chaos that marches in. Look at Tahiti. Once the police crumbled, gangs became the government, bullets became the law, the fear became the national anthem. Shops didn't just close, they were looted. Streets didn't just empty, they became battlegrounds. When law enforcement disappears, lawlessness isn't shy. It fills the vacuum like a flood into a cracked dam. You may have issues with how the officers behave, and rightly so. Criticism, reform, accountability are vital. But destruction is not the same as progress. When the police fall, there is no refund policy, no reset button, no oops. There is only an open door to something far worse than bad policing, no policing at all. Don't clap at the cracking of the foundation that holds back the wildness of the world. Because when you tear down the fence, you're not just letting yourself out, you are letting the wolves in. Rejoice not at the fall of the shield, for the sword is always ready to take over the vacuum. Think about it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bwana Gakuya, wrap it up for us.
What I will wrap it out is that